Hello everyone! The 27th episode got released yesterday, and oh my god, it was absolutely insane. I've never felt so thrilled when I was watching this episode because there were so many crazy plot twists. Who is this new Titan that Speakerman race brought to the table? And what is his special ability? Will Speakermen ruin the Alliance's plans and let Zombie Virus win when they have TVman's flash drive now? And most importantly, is G-Man really gonna leave this world in the beginning of the new episode? And I am going to break the whole episode down for you, and if you're really ready, then put all your business aside for the next 13 minutes and trust me. In this video, I analyzed the new episode for you guys and found all the interesting details and Easter eggs that you could have missed on your own. So get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because I saved the best part for later just as always. Let's go! But before I'll start digging into episode 27, let me remind you real quick about the events of the previous episode so you won't get too confused about what has actually been going on. So in the previous episode, Titan TV Man undergoes a terrible transformation in a black fog. And then G-Man and Titan Cameraman arrive as well, who are initially unaware of Titan TV Man's poor fate. At first, they expected a typical fight, but their confidence quickly dissolves when the infected Titan TV Man emerges declaring, "I'm a monster!" Titan Cameraman is just devastated by his friend's transformation, so he stands paralyzed with disbelief. G-Man, however, remains composed and attacks, but quickly realizes the infected Titan TV Man's strength and resilience. After a brutal exchange, Titan TV Man overpowers G-Man and turns his attention to Titan Cameraman, who is too shocked to react. But thankfully, Titan Clockman arrives and stops time, attempting to heal Titan TV Man back to his original state, but this process is too slow. Zombie Astro Toilet, who is to blame for infected Titan TV Man, tries to attack him, so now Clockman struggles to maintain control over both enemies, eventually losing his grip. In a desperate attempt, Clockman partially heals Titan TV Man, but only manages to affect one part of his body. So Titan TV Man retaliates by cutting off the controlled hand and teleports away. Meanwhile, G-Man regains consciousness and helps Clockman by taking down the infected TV Man. The POV retrieves a blue flash drive from the fallen TV Man's pocket. This flash drive contains crucial information about a purple core capable of curing the zombie virus, so it's extremely important. But someone then grabs the POV by the hand, and this is how episode 26 ends. Okay, so now when your memory is refreshed and you're all set and ready, episode 27 is already on your screens. But before that, let me remind you to subscribe to my channel because statistics tell me that only 28% of people who are watching my videos are subscribed to my channel, while more than 70% are staying unsubscribed. So be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons not to miss my new cool analyses. Okay, so if you're subscribed now, let's continue. And it starts with the scene when the POV flies up towards the fallen TV Man and starts searching in his pockets. And in this moment, we can see that Monster Up has actually added a small list consisting of YouTube commentators, and these are the people who guessed the right amount of references in his compilation of all episodes for Season 8. So as it turned out, there were 12 references, although me and some other people found more than 12 actually. But congratulations to the winners anyway, and especially to this guy who complained in Russian that his comment won't be noticed by Monster Up in any case. Okay, and then we're moving on, and I can see something really interesting. When I was analyzing episode 26, I initially thought that at the end it was someone else's hand that grabbed the POV's hand with a flash drive. But then I thought something like, okay, that actually makes little sense, so I think that it's more plausible for TV Man to wake up and grab the intruder trying to steal his flash drive. So I changed this part in my script, but now episode 27 comes out and I can see that my initial thoughts were actually right. And it's not TV Man's hand who still stays unmoving, but a hand of one of Speakermen who actually decided to show up to the party. He takes the precious flash drive out of the POV's hands, and with the words "thank you," he hits us right in the face so hard that we're actually rolling far back from TV Man's body. And we can also see that there are speakermen in avatar-like robotic suits as well, and one of them stomps right on TV Man's body, destroying it. And Speakerman, who hit us in the face, victoriously shows him the flash drive that he stole from us. But thankfully, G-Man is still with us, so he shows up and reminds the treacherous Speakermen that they have a bigger threat to deal with, which is him. Speakermen in robotic suits react immediately and start shooting him with green lasers, so G-Man has to block their attacks. And after that, two small, tricky devices get attached to both of his arms, restricting his movements, and we can notice a poster placed on Jimmy's right hand, which is reference to a YouTuber reacting to Skibidi toilets. And after that, we see another speakerman who's using his aerial board to come closer to G-Man and do some really bad things to him, apparently. But thankfully, the prick gets stopped by another ally of ours, which is Titan Clockman. But unfortunately, we must keep in mind that Titan Clockman is really worn out after the encounter from the previous episode. Plus, let's not forget that it's the earlier version of him, and he's not as upgraded as he is in the latest episodes of Dom Studios' Multiverse. And we can see that more time stoppage still takes lots of powers from him, and it can be understood by his left hand in this moment, which is clearly shaking while he's restraining this speakerman. And unfortunately, it seems to me that other speakermen also noticed this detail, and that's why they started attacking poor Yellow Chad with their precise sound wave hits so aggressively. And to add even more salt to Clockman's wound, even more powerful machinery from speakermen arrived to the battlefield that started using even more ground-shaking sound saves to knock Titan Clockman off his feet and weaken him down. And by the way, there is another reference to Skibidi YouTuber on one of these machines, and I also noticed how similar this scene is with the scene from a movie called Hulk, where closely looking devices were used in order to restrain the giant green guy who's lost control over himself. So in order to stop this madness, the POV plungerman decided to go into fight once again and help his big brother. So he jumps over the seat of one of these machines and simply knocks the handler out of there like a pro MMA fighter. And in this moment, we can see another reference to a YouTuber called Autumn Reacts, who's filming her reactions to Skibidi Zombie series. And then we can see that Clockman also deals with another machine, which he disables while using some sort of yellow shuriken, and it makes the machine explode, as well as sets one of G-Man's hands free. So I guess this little thing is pretty powerful, but unfortunately it still isn't enough to overpower Speakerman, one of whom damages Titan Clockman so badly that he falls to the ground. And in this moment we can notice yet other two references to Skibidi YouTubers, one of which is Just Cozy. At this moment, the POV sees that the blue flash drive is right in front of him, so he rashes towards it, but suddenly some new huge titan stands on his way. And oh my goodness, this is the new titan of Speakerman's race, and Mosterup told us more details about him, so let's take a moment to discuss this guy a bit more. So, according to Monsterup's information, the name of this new titan is Siren, and he was created on the basis of the Genesis core that was long into Speakerman race's possession. And after the loss of Titan Speakerman, the squad was left without any protection. So they decided to create a new Titan who could have saved this doomed world and taken the rest of the remaining cores into Speakerman's possession. And the official name that was given to him by Mosterup was Siren Titan, and in my opinion, that's a really cool name. And we can also see the words Siren and Genesis engraved on his left shoulder. And the general design of this Titan reminded me of a character called Crimson Typhoon from the movie Pacific Rim. Siren Titan comes closer to G-Man, and with one powerful punch, he throws him far aback, and although Titan Clockman tries to stop him, he doesn't have enough powers to restrain such a huge, mighty thing for a long time. So Siren Titan simply breaks out of his trap. And check out the way he does that. I believe it's his Genesis core, which is responsible for breaking off Clockman's ability, because he starts sparkling in the moment when Siren Titan gets stunned. And Mosterup has written that the main feature of Titan Siren will really surprise us in the future episodes of the series. So was he referring to this ability to break Clockman's time manipulation ability? Or maybe this core has even more crazy powers that will be revealed to us soon. And in this case, I can call Siren Titan one of the most dangerous opponents for the Alliance so far, even if Titan Clockman is no match to him right now. And then we see an epic fight between G-Man and Siren Titan, or basically the fight of two cores, Genesis and Hephaestus. Jimmy charges his core and shoots Siren Titan with it in hope to disable him, but Siren uses his new green energy shield to block this attack. And this shield reminded me of Titan Cameraman's shield from episode 65 of Boom's original series. And then Siren shows even more of his unique abilities and starts blasting Jimmy with machine gun-like missiles from his left hand, but G-Man dodges it successfully and responds with his own laser attack. Siren then produces a sword in addition to his green shield and tries to provoke a melee fight, but G-Man distances himself and both Titans start charging their cores again. And now we see an incredibly epic scene where the powers of two cores are colliding with each other. And of course, this is a reference to the legendary fight scene between Harry and Voldemort from the movie called Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2. And this scene also reminded me of the last duel between Azula and Zuko from the animated series called Avatar: The Last Airbender. And just as it happens in these two scenes, one core starts slowly overpowering another, and it seems like G-Man is about to win. His core reaches the Siren Titan's core, which causes him to fall on the ground. But right in the most thrilling moment, we can see that something stops Jimmy from giving the final blow. And oh my god, it's actually X-18 core that starts absorbing his body as well. It looks like Jimmy ran out of all the sources of power that he had to fuel the powerful Hephaestus core, and right now the core begins consuming Jimmy's own life. The poor Chad is terrified, and he looks right into our eyes as he realizes that it may actually be his last moments in this world. And on this terrible note, today's episode ends. And to me, it looks like G-Man is really on the verge of getting destructed right now, just as it happened to Skibidi Terminator in episode 15, when we saw the exact same symptoms that Jimmy is showing right now. At first, the core makes you really sick. Then it starts consuming your limbs one by one, and then it absorbs your whole body so you simply cease to exist. And also, based on how terrified Jimmy looked at this moment, I think that he understands that he went too far as well, and that he's probably done for. But I still have a really slim bit of hope, and it's connected to Titan Clockman, actually. Because we know that this Chad is actually capable of healing even the most terrible cases, such as zombie virus, if only he has enough time and power to do that. So it's possible that he can actually bring G-Man to life, although I'm not sure whether there is a point of no return when no help will be needed or not. Because if Titan Clockman will have to do it right now before Jimmy is fully consumed by X-18 core, then he may enter some troubles in a form of Siren Titan and other vengeful speakermen. But also, there is an opportunity that the secret agent can actually show up and assist him some help. But even if it happens, it's going to be quite tricky because, as we remember from the last secret scene, the Knight actually carries a tracking device which shows the Plague Doctor his exact coordinates right now. So if the Knight will also show up in this area, that means that the Plague Doctor's terrifying minions can also appear, which can make the whole situation even worse. But I still hope that we won't lose G-Man so soon, or that at least there will be an opportunity to revive him and other victims of Hephaestus core in the future, probably with the help of healing Purple core. But in order to achieve this, we must find him first, and it shall be done only with the blue flash drive that has its coordinates. And for now, this flash drive's fate is still uncertain, and there is a risk that Speakerman will get it after all. So we'll see how it goes in the next episode. And that was all for today. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss my new videos. And also to my Discord, where you can contact me directly and get lots of info for my subscribers only. And that was me, ISO Toilet. See ya.